Hello there guys, welcome to this video. If you like philosophy, especially French philosophy and French dudes and funny accents when you speak. No, I'm just kidding guys, I love the French accent. This is a video for you because we're going to be talking about Michel de Montaigne's essays. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know, some Frenchman please correct me, instruct me in the ways of the romantic language. Anyways, these things have been amazing. Why? They have made me think a lot and reflect a lot on these ideas that this guy carries. And he speaks about different subjects. You know, interesting fact. This guy was like the guy who made the essays mainstream. Before this guy, there was like no essays. You know, what is an essay? Perhaps like an exploration of a topic, hypothesizing maybe, or just trying to dialogue with yourself and see what you can find, and yeah, try to find more about this topic via reflection. Because when you write things down, you start to like make new connections. This line of thought just starts to get longer. The thread starts to find new stuff and ideas that perhaps your conscious mind couldn't find at the time. And that is what Montaigne started to do on different topics: religion, I believe love and history and work, how to raise children. That was a very interesting essay. And what strikes me the most about these things is that great thoughts, at least in my opinion, are explored in here. And I don't know why we don't see these ideas more often in life, or at least myself. You know, maybe it was just my fault and everybody else knows about this, but those great ideas that these guys talk about, why do I say these guys? Perhaps because the Greeks and other people before us have explored them as well. And that is really interesting how you see that small things resonate over time and you feel like you're some part of this intermillennial conversation, cosmological conversation of the philosophers. Anyways, it's really interesting to see the ideas of this guy, especially during the time that he lived, you know, after the Renaissance. I believe he lived in the 16th century, 1500 something. So he talks about the discovery of America and how these other cultures might have different ideas, and then the Europeans molded them and basically just tailored them to their own belief instead of exploring other things. And that is really, interesting to my... Then he talks about work and how we should be doing what we are interested in, what we are curious about, and not just following whatever it is that people tell us to do, because work is basically our life, you know, and creating something that is worthy or meaningful to us is important, you know. That's the main purpose perhaps of work, not the industrial belief of wealth and power that we sometimes believe in Montaigne's eyes, and perhaps also in my own. So that was really interesting, and the way he speaks is amazing. He speaks about different kinds of jobs, you know, how they match up to their worth and how everyone's just doing whatever they think fits them. I'm rambling a little bit here, but I'm just mesmerized. I'm just as confused as perhaps you guys when I talk, you know. But the interesting thing about this is that when I read him, I don't fully understand what he's trying to communicate or say, but then I sleep and then some weird connections start to develop. That is cute. I like it. So I believe you guys should try it as well. It's an interesting read, and this guy drops a lot of insight. And why did I want to read him? Because a lot of late authors or authors after his time used him as a reference, you know. I was reading Emerson as well, and he catalogs Montaigne perhaps as one of his biggest inspirations. Then Montaigne talks about Homer and the Greeks. Well, who doesn't talk about Homer and the Greeks, all right? It's interesting, and he has some ideas that I've liked and tried to make my own. And as always, take what you use and just drop what doesn't make sense to you. It's not about following blind what would I call them? Blindly following empty words, or words that don't make sense to you. I like the notion of being my own best expert and creating good things out of my own mind. I think I'm capable of that, or at least I'm trying to. So yeah, guys, if you like the philosophy and essays, writing essays or exploring that different topics, lines of thought, this book might be for you, and I advise you to read it. Yes, I strongly suggest it. As always, if you like this video, drop a like. and subscribe to the channel, boys. I'm going to be talking about more books and stories and just dropping random thoughts. Isn't that what YouTube's for? All right, I'm leaving.